Thank you for joining me, fellow Guardians. This is Sam from Multiverse Mission Control, and today's quest is Pyre. And I was rather torn last time. Not sure who I should free at this point. I'm gonna free like 2 more people. 3 if I get stupid lucky. I've already determined that Faye doesn't really want to go back in any case. And that Pamitha doesn't have enough emotional appeal at this time. I'm probably still gonna use her because I want to learn more of her story. More of her guilt. Tizo said he wants to see the Commonwealth someday. Sir Gilman, I feel, could use like the physical... I don't know, he's too hard on himself. I feel like he deserves some mercy, you know? But these two are like the plan makers. I feel like letting them go back could really... I feel like that could increase its chances of the plan's success, you know what I mean? So I really am torn. Anywho, we're going to fight the Chastity next. Definitely using Volfred. Then Bertrand and Pamitha as well, I feel.
I do so hate to thusly contact you, O reader. Yet an awful rumor reached me recently that you have within your retinue a traitor to the Nightwings and the Commonwealth alike. But you would never harbor such a traitor, now would you? I trust your time within the downside would have taught you that.
You rise after a fitful night of slumber. Somehow the voice, which thus far has reached you only in the rites, has found its way into your sleep as well. You shake free of it. Does he not like Volfred's plan? Well, tough crap. I don't like you, Commonwealth fuckers. The time at Moonlight Alcove has made everyone restless. The group is eager to set forth at your command. Well then. Whoops!
Oi mates, look at what happened to us again! You gave us a proper licking last time and we owe you for it. You know, I gotta say, I kinda like your style there. Come right on crashing into us like you ain't even care. That's pretty good. Keep telling my mates here we ought to do the same.
Nah, you're just kind of insane, mate. Also, who was over there? I wanted to ram them. Or was that you flying off? The way things are going, you're gonna be our opponents in the Liberation Rite. So hey, whatever. Your flight takes you near to where you reached past Stormwall into Deathless Tempest. With the climate and the downside intensifying, you wonder if the storm has spilled forth from its confines and started to ravage other regions of the land. Whee! Ah, a pleasure to encounter you within the skies themselves, the Nightwings. No, get mad!
They deliberately crashed into us, father, yet still you addressed them in such a cordial manner.
Now, Almer, I am certain this was an honest accident, and it appears no lasting damage has been done. I feel like a dick now. Please, take the helm, as I shall go and start to pick up all the fallen artifacts which shook free from the walls after the impact. Perhaps some of these old heirlooms may yet be repaired with adhesives drawn from a certain flora we may yet find on our long and difficult quest.
Damn you, Nightwings, you stay away from us.
Sorry. Whoop, that was you. You rammed me there. You deserve that, though. Okay. Well, it's like he said, I don't want to cause lasting damage, I'm just curious. I think it could be funny. Okay, so we got Hollerite. Faye suspects he may find something of value. Or Blooming Pool. Volfred notes a powerful talisman is rumored to be buried on this path. Yeah, Faye, I mean, I've got your story. And I'm not really planning to use you very much after this. I gotta be honest. So, Wolf. Huh. So, there. Volfred appears to have finished sealing some sort of document. He smiles as he approaches you. Hello, my kitten. Was just on my way out to make a drop. Report a bit of progress our supporters on the other side should like to know. It is not clear to you as yet exactly how Volfred is able to communicate with agents in the Commonwealth. We have our ways of making certain that such messages manage to make their way to whom they need to reach, most of the time at least. It's not exactly the most dignified of methods, but the messenger imp is as hard-working— oh, that was your imp, okay— as the rest of us, or dare I say more so. Most imps lack the capacity to do that job. They of course cannot traverse the outer boundaries of the downside, but they can squeeze much closer than any of us. Volfred offers to tell you more of this process. It seems that he has been using certain imps to relay messages to his agents in the Commonwealth for some time now. From that point we depend on other means. A trafficker like Ruki would likely be familiar with them. Then my agents intercept the messages as they arrive. The messages are coded in the off chance they reveal themselves before unwanted eyes. But even still, my agents put themselves in greater peril there, supporting our cause and our plan. I could not ask for a more dedicated bunch. A shame we cannot meet them, separated as we are. If we succeed in our endeavors, it shall be thanks in no small part to them. They have identified hundreds of citizens grown loyal to our cause, found hidden corners where they can speak freely. Their goal is to grow in numbers while remaining safe. For we cannot resist the Commonwealth if too few citizens stand with us, whether due to apathy or fear or lack of willingness to see our nation as we do. Some of these agents I have known for many, many years, since long before my exile. Many were former students from my days of teaching Commonwealth doctrine. It was clear then who among us did not take the common view. These days I report to them our progress, and they in turn report theirs back. From that assessment, I update the estimation of our plan's success. Our chances of success increase substantially each time we liberate one of our own. But those loyal to us in the Commonwealth slowly gather strength regardless, knowing of our efforts. Thus do we inspire each other, not unlike the dynamics which I see among the Nightwings here. Now, good afternoon then, reader. I have a delivery to make. He strides out the wagon bearing the sealed message. So it's when we liberate our own that the plan succeeds. It's not contingent on who I liberate per se. Or so it seems. Tizo and Pamitha are in debate? Over what? Okay. I was gonna do something. I forget. You and Volfred venture into the untamed reaches of Blooming Pool, along a circuitous path that takes you far enough away from the Black Wagon. My agents suggest that what we seek is somewhere very close, my kin. Perhaps you can already sense its presence. You can. After a careful search, you procure an artifact, either discarded by one witless to its power, or left there for the sake of someone such as you. You discovered webbed lanthorn. It may yet come in useful. It may yet come... Yeah, I did read that right. After Bearer banishes an adversary, a banished ally has a chance to instantly return. That is kinda neat. I probably won't use it over the other thing, though. Although, I don't know. We'll see. Sandra, give Volfred a thing. So it's us versus the Chastity. This time for real. Unless Orlek interrupts us too, which could well happen. In any case, I don't like the Chastity being so close to they are as to the top spot. They have as many points as the dissidents right now, and I can't let that stand. The wagon comes to a sudden stop after a near miss with someone or something that got right in its path. At first you see no sign of whomever or whatever it was, but then a voice rings out off the side of your path. The friendly yet somehow aggravating tone leaves little room for question as to who it is.
Hey guys, so maybe watch where you're going a bit more next time, I guess.
You must have scared Dad half to death. I mean, just look at him. Yeah.
But it's good running into you like this, because I got for you a pretty special deal. We got some pretty out there stuff on hand, and it's just been sewing us a bit, to be completely honest here. Something about him, I don't know, but Dad just hasn't been himself. But once we open the shop, why, these little numbers, they're gonna go flying off the shelves. And you can have first dibs. All you gotta do is give us a lift, because you're headed to the Ridge of Gold, right? Just drop us off when you get there, okay?
The Black Wagon does not provide for you the most spacious accommodations, but it may have enough room for Falcon Ron. Barely, at least for the short remainder of your trip. On the other hand, you sense a troubling energy from whatever strange artifacts he is transporting right now, and wonder whether you should get involved. The Slug Market proprietor seems in need of some assistance that you may as well provide. The thought of having to travel with Falcon Ron fills you with a nameless dread. Whatever. Though your fellow exiles exchange cautious looks, you invite Falcon Ron to climb aboard.
Oh, great, thanks, guys. I'll just squeeze right in.
He does not.
Dad, come on, put your back into it already.
Eventually, Falcon Ron manages to get on board as you prepare to set forth again. Welcome him aboard, for now. Right. Swear to God, if you are tainting up my wagon right now. If you are pilfering anything. After what felt like an interminable trip, during which Falcon Ron did not even once cease to speak of matters relevant only to him, you reach your destination.
Anyways, thanks, guys, and remember what I said. These things I got here, you got dibs on them if you come and visit me, that is. Now we'll be going to be seeing you, okay? Whether from Falcon Ron's ceaseless drivel or the ill effects of his cargo, everyone is left feeling out of sorts. Your fellow exiles lost -5 glory for the next rite. Try not to think about it. I am so goddamn dumb. Ron. Hey guys, thanks again for helping me, Dad, back there. We really owe you one, and so as promised, I got something really good in stock for you right here.
He pauses for dramatic effect, then he reveals to you several artifacts: Black Hoof, Black Heart, and Black Claw. The bearer has Cursed Talisman. Okay, I do have a bad feeling about this, actually. Plus 100% more stamina, but can't grasp the orb. After getting banished, bearer either returns with infinite stamina, or as a fast-moving howler. The bear's aura remains while grasping the orb, but cannot be cast. Okay, Ron, fuck you. They emanate with energy that cannot possibly be completely healthy.
Nice, huh? You guys have got first dibs on these bad boys, and I can tell you what, they're gonna go fast.
Ron, eat a dick. Eat so many dicks. You've screwed me over for the next rite, you understand. No. Goodbye.
You guys really are my favorite customers, you know?
Why did I do that? Oh my god. Why did I do that? I didn't want to be rude. Oh well. Everyone's glory isn't that bad. Plus I'm gonna be using Volfred and Bertrand in this next one, and they're pretty top. Pamitha might be a wonder, but... yeah. Oh! I can sell that as well. Neat. Okay.
Yeah, what are you guys doing back here already?
I don't know. You tell me. Okay. Yeah, better just not to think about it. Let's go in. Everything is prepared, and night is just beginning to take hold above the windswept fields of Ridge of Gull, when Volfred gets your attention. Yes? Reader, I suppose you might remember our first meeting with that manly Tinderstaff. He would be mortified, of course, if you forgot. I would say that he is an embarrassment to my kind, but unfortunately I've known many others like him. We are a discontented people, I suppose. Anyway, when last we saw him, you might recall that I avoided him. We are not good acquaintances or anything, but... he knows enough people in high places that he could be harmful to our plan, should he know of my involvement, and so... Volfred dons his ritual mask. I shall have to be discreet here. As I am with the Nightwings once again, I can no longer hide from him outright. Perhaps, though, he shall take me for a common sap. Anyhow, it seems to me we have a rite to conduct. 0 enlightenment? Then why would I bother? That's bullshit. That's literally just for the achievement.
Reader, or should I say deceiver, for I detect another exile in your ranks. The exile Volfred Sandalwood himself, that cursed sap. I ought to have known he was behind all this. He has no love for our sacred tradition. Yet you would heed his poisoned words over mine own?
Yeah!
I thought that we were friends.
Go to hell!
Let us
I'm not even
return to a
kidding.
more formal distance.
My, what have we here? Why, the Nightwings come to grace us with their presence once again. Are you perhaps intent upon humiliating us even more after last time? You sense Volfred reaching out to you. Reader, let us indulge him for the time. Perhaps he shall reveal something we can use to provide a disincentive for his meddling. Just let him keep on talking. I shall attempt to remain hidden. And the color of those raiments, I mean, they are rather gaudy in this light, I have to say. Though I mean no offense at this, of course. So do you suppose the rite is going to commence soon? As much as I enjoy our chats like this, I do have to get going soon. If you must know why, I'm expecting an important message from the other side, no less. Come dawn. I hear something is brewing out there. Some sort of unrest, So yes, it's a very important message. Sent all this way by one of those imp couriers, and I must say those little things, their services are certainly not cheap. Though I'm sure that I could get you a good deal on their services if you wish perhaps to contact a loved one back home. All I ask, of course, is that you stand aside and let the chastity prevail. As well we ought, for I have a date with Destiny not long from now upon the fall of Solium. I'm choosing the dissidents over you, and that should make you feel bad. He continues talking for some time until at last the rite is set to start, and I just tuned him out, as I indeed would. Hey Volf. Reader, my kin, let us confer a moment here. I am returned now to the rites, a tradition that I had once disavowed. And now that I've donned the raiments, the voice knows I am here. It is no matter really, for our plan is well in motion. All that remains for us is to prevail. I shall aid you and the others in this task as best I can. Let us now see whether these old limbs of mine are still of any use.
And
Or a
there
shield.
he is at last, alive and well.
Volfred's shield deflects
I never
adversaries'
knew any
auras,
sandalwood.
but he can't move.
You're causing quite a stir out in the Commonwealth.
Blink.
You plant your little seeds of
My.
know that your
That's fun.
desires at sowing chaos.
He has
shall
shield,
not be
instant
tolerated
transmission,
here.
and the sapling thing, which I saw
Now,
Manly
good
do before.
evening to you.
If Volfred is banished, his sapling expires. Of course. And that casts its own aura. Right. Volfred is going to be tricky to use. But he could be deadly. Now then, Nightwings. I look forward to conducting with you all, if and when, of course, the reader calls for us to stand as a triumvirate together. When? Right now. Oh, my, look at this wonderful assembly of exiles come from all different corners, Such a colorful retinue you Nightwings have. You know, I heard the most preposterous rumor about you, that you are harboring an especially notorious criminal, one who has designs upon the Commonwealth itself. He looks right at Volfred. But I could not imagine such outlandish tales could possibly be true, Anyhow, I so would like to meet everyone here. Hello, good Nightwings, I am H. Manly Tinderstaff, and truly it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Manly has intruded on your privacy as you set to choosing your triumvirate. He could not be less welcome. He seems to be searching for someone in your ranks. Manly seems very interested in your triumvirate. Ask him to leave politely, warn him to back off immediately. Manly seems to respond to behavior similar to his own. You could send him away. Perhaps a broken limb or two might cause Manly to think better of such antics next time. Violence is not allowed. You suggest to Manly that perhaps he ought to check on his own triumvirate in the key moments prior to the rite. Why yes, of course. I was just taking the opportunity to bid you all salutations, for I so enjoy getting to meet my fellow exiles face to face like this. Yes, there may be rules against this type of thing, but who's counting, am I right? I'm sure the scribes wouldn't mind if they were here. Anyway, now that you mention it, I ought to go check on my wonderful colleagues. See you shortly, and good luck. Manly leaves at last, leaving you to focus on the rites again.
Go on, then.
Yes. Oh, I'm just over here being a fucking douche. Checking on you. Ambassador. Bribery and self-gain. Yeah. Right. Then he paid off the wrong dude. Yeah. Okay, what have we got? If Manly is banished, a sapling shall automatically spawn near his pyre. Manly sapling spawns faster and gains a larger aura. May remotely detonate. Damn. Let's not be too cocky on this one. Wolf, I gotta get using you as soon as I can. Equip. Oh, I didn't give you a talisman. I'm so sorry. Sure.
Volfred. Gertrude. It is done.
That insufferable sap. A blight upon his kind and an adversary we should like to pick apart.
Are you quite ready yet, oh Nightwings? I doubt you are. Because my colleagues of the Chastity and I, we have a trick or two we think shall take you by surprise. Just watch. I'm gonna eat some food first and ignore you. The other thing about getting violent with Manly, he would have fucking known I had something to hide. He might still know, but hey.
Now begin. My
Shit.
goodness.
Get out of here.
Glory to the Nightwings, first of all.
Oh, so close. You just got instant transmission, sucker. Is this the Chastity's theme? Oh my god, he just ran into that. Ah, damn.
That one, I'd be rather angry.
Shit. Shit. Oh no, I hit the wall. Yeah! Have Pamela douse their pyre. Volfred Sandalwood, why is it really you, my dear friend? You must be mistaking me for someone else, Manly. However do you mean? I'd recognize that upright posture of yours from anywhere. I knew it had to be you. Oh, what a glorious surprise indeed. Oh, it's me all right, but you're no friend of mine, Manly. No more than I am yours. So cut your nonsense for a change and face me like a proper sap. Oh, to have such a spark left in those old limbs of yours. Well, if you want me to be rude, then fine. Let's have it your way, sir.
That manly Tinderstaff has such a mind for politics. Would that he focused on the rights.
Boom.
Not purifying men.
I have trouble using Volfred. Damn. That's annoying.
The orb is up.
There we go.
Verily.
Boom! That's cool.
Your victory is at hand.
Shit, that was dumb. That's okay though, I'm trouncing him. Whoops! Boom.
It's done.
Get fucked, Manly.
The Nightwings prevailed. They overwhelmed their adversaries utterly. Let's end this night's proceedings.
My word! How could this happen to me? You deceitful, ignorant, utterly uncouth bag of fools! Have you any idea what you've done?
Volfred watches the outburst in silence. Yeah, don't even dignify this asshole. Keep spouting off like that, Manly, and you shall reveal all we need to know. You harbor such a fear within your heart there, don't you? Coming from the aristocracy and now in exile. How they must speak of you. What would they think of you if you don't get out? Or even if you do? Volfred remains deep in thought, studying his adversary. There, I see. I see now. Then Volfred recedes into shadows. What? My head? Who? Oh, I believe there must be some mistake. I have to go. Ta-ta! Fine evening to you now. It's been a pleasure, genuinely so. Manly stumbles away in a stupor. And there he goes. I've lifted certain burdens from him for the time. A bit of mercy for his sake. For my people's sake. As well, it should ensure that he has no lasting memory of our encounter here, or running into me. Now let's be off before he catches up with us again. Good.
The 8 scribes bless us with their ways. Even a traitor half like Hamatha can learn something.
Good a time as any to say thanks for having me along on this strange little journey of yours, reader darling. Ooh, that could be fun. That's cool. Yes.
That Volfred always was a little slow to pick things up.
It's been a while since my last outings in the rites, begging for your continued patience as I recollect the way. Of course, man. So, Guardian Sapling like Manly had. Or, once per rite, if Volfred's adversaries extinguish his pyre, it is restored by +10 instead. Could be nice. Let's see. I do like that ability. Yeah.
'Tis the wisdom of old 100 minds. Until the stars align.
Back at the Black Wagon, you are taking some time to recover after overcoming the chastity almost effortlessly when Volfred approaches. The Nightwings are in capable hands these days, my kin. Thank you for your continued efforts, given all the challenges we face. The rites may be ending, but we still have time to achieve our plan. 58%, especially if you continue to prevail like that. Come, let's see whom we shall square against when next the stars align. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. I feel like Orlek's gonna drop down again.
No one expects the true Nightwings!
Trista, Jumware, and Oris are all active. The Pyre Hearts, the Essence, and the Accusers. Ah, excellent to see the chastity drop like that. The Withdrawn are level with them. Honestly, everyone here is kinda pathetic. And the Essence is the absolute bottom rung. Kinda don't want to kick them while they're down. I'm gonna be honest. And there's only one right until the next Liberation. I don't even have to try on this one. Might as well knock the Accusers down for what it's worth. Or the Pyre Hearts, one or the other. Does it matter? Who do I hate more? Then again, if I fight the Essence, might open up some more of Pamitha's story. Oh, I don't care. Well, no, that's a lie. I care, I just... I don't want to interact with Tamitha again. I really don't. Okay, you know what? No. No, I'm not gonna let anything trip me up. The Accusers are the highest of the teams I dislike. Let's wreck them. What's up? Hello, my kin. Tizo and I, we were just reminiscing on old times.
Rock!
Tizo's happy to have Volfred back among the Nightwings once again. Thank you, Tizo. I am happy to be back among the Nightwings as well. Though you understand why we were forced to be apart for so long, don't you? Scrahum! Tizo indicates he understands full well. I trust that Tariq provided some good company and song during the intervening time.
Squeak!
Tizo confirms he did enjoy traveling alongside the lone minstrel for some time. And there he is, right on cue. Something I can do for you, Volfred, sir? Volfred laughs warmly at this. No, Tariq, we are well enough for now. Tizo and I, we were just remembering the time when we first met, the three of us. Tizo was rather apprehensive then, as I recall. He was merely being circumspect, I'm sure. Tizo has the sharpest instincts of us all. But the bite he gave to you, sir, it left a permanent impression, did it not? It did indeed. I consider it a mark of friendship. May it stay with me for all my days. It's a good reminder that, despite the challenges we faced together in the past, my time among the Nightwings has been extraordinary. Likewise can I say the same, sir.
Rackree!
Tiza shares the sentiment as well. Volfred turns to you. I should apologize, my kin. Here we are talking of a history you do not share. Believe me when I say we're skipping over many of the bad parts. What I mean is, it isn't my intention to exclude you as we wax nostalgic. The Nightwings that you know, we are a strange assortment, are we not? Those of us who share some kinship from the past, I suppose we cannot help but seek some warmth in it. But it should not be to the exclusion of the friendships that we forge right now. So please, why don't you join us for a bit? Together, you, Volfred, Tiza, and the Lone Minstrel talk a while about the times gone by. The three of them are pleased to be back in one another's company again, having grown close through shared experiences in the past. Just the same, they've welcomed you into the group. In spite of the hardships you have faced, some of these idle moments that you share together may one day form memories you think back on with fondness. Soon the conversation winds down, though lifted all your spirits for the while. Yay. In the words of Haub,
Those bearing the name the Chastity all count themselves disciples of the Sklorian the Hundred Minds, known firstly for his wisdom, but also cherished for his modesty, integrity, and kinship. Sklorian's priority in forming his triumvirate was to instill in all his subjects a deep-seated deference and respect for the rules governing the Liberation Cycle. The cycle of the rites needs to be respected to be understood, and needs to be understood to be respected, Sklorian said. Thus, the Chastity are emissaries of the cycle. Should they earn back their liberty, then they shall spread enlightenment itself, and all of us shall grow. And then Manly happened. Fuck the hell out of Manly.
Hello. Tempest.
Hey, what's the big deal, huh?
Oh, it's you, Nightwings. Come to rub it in again, I guess. I actually wanted you to get hot better.
We Tempers, we've been trading flames with you, who knows how long. So what, you got us once or twice lately? Matter of time before we go and get you back. So you might want to keep that in mind next time you go messing with these horns. Hear me? Now get out of my sky.
Sky belongs to all, chum. Now, where's the Pyre hearts I wanted to... Unbelievable! Again our hated enemies befall us. Those who vanquished us before, stoking yet harder our deep hatred. Would that these blasted rites did not impose such arbitrary rules, then we would use our talents here and now rather than words. Know this, you fools. However high you may attempt to fly in that abomination, you shall always be beneath us. There we go. You can hear the angry hissing from Udmilde all the way from your position.
Ye think perhaps the skies belong to ye. Foolish! The skies and everything above them and below belong to the Astralborn. Ye shall be smitten from his skies on his awakening. Now be gone!
If you even can tell yourself that anymore. Fuck you. I'll poke you. Nah. As the wagon soars above the skies of Wakingwood, you notice Volfred appears lost in thought. You cannot sense straight away what he is thinking. Do not mind me, reader. It is simply that being here in this vicinity, it brings back a lot of memories and gives me much to ponder. I hid within these woods for many, many years, making preparations for our plan. I cast aside my raiments and became untraceable. There I waited for the plan to germinate. So, it means a lot now to be here above that place at last. Quite the view, wouldn't you say, my kin? Faye senses a thing. Volfred senses a thing. And vocations. Okay. After having reached the monolithic stonework of Highwing Cove, you volunteer to survey the grounds. You prepare to head out. However, your companions beat you to it in this case. Now, my kin, I'd rather that you got yourself some rest. Tizo and I can handle this. They depart, leaving you to rest up. When they later return with nothing much to report, you are feeling better, and are in the midst of deciding which of your vocations to pursue. Let's mentor. Okay. You're level 4. You are level 4. You need help. I kinda wanna mentor Volfred. Or Bertrude? Bertrude is so useful. Let's mentor Bertrude.
Very well then. Educate us if thou canst.
You and Bertrude spend some time reviewing some of the specific aspects of the rite, such as the properties of the aura. You essentially gain something from it. Cool.
This land, so rife with eldritch knowledge, long forbidden in the Commonwealth. We learn the stuff of fear itself.
Yep.
We confess thine observations continue to be of intrigue.
It might be Volfred and Bertrude. And the rest of us can just, like, hang out, do rites, if there are more. I don't know. Oh well. Second verse, same as the first, I guess. Here in the razor brambles of Black Basin, you encounter a messenger and come to deliver news and rumors from the other side. Jody. The news this time pertains to Jodariel, whom you liberated at the fall of Solium. You learn Jodariel's past transgressions have all been forgiven. She soon was to be reinstated on the Blood Border, on the presumption that she wanted her old status back. In fact, she was offered an especially prestigious leadership position in the First Veil. Ooh, shrouded in secrecy. Fixed results. For a demon such as she could not be seen in the streets. But she refused the gesture rather bluntly, the report suggests. Instead, she sought Volfred's agents, as well as several of the other former fostered sons and daughters, and so the ranks of the revolution grew stronger. The last part of the messenger imp's news may have been damaged in transit, though appears to be in Jodariel's own words. All you can tell is that it says, await. You thank the messenger imp for relaying this information. Your companions are excited to discuss the news.
We can envision it, a demon such as she, set loose within the Commonwealth.
Wonder what the rest of her message said. Having someone of Jodariel's will and stature with us on the other side shall pave the way toward a brighter future.
Ree-hoo-hoo!
Tizo is fired up about the news of Jodariel's return to the Commonwealth. She is an inspiration to us all, or to this night she is at least.
Do you think she still has her horns, now that she's back up there?
The news of Jodariel's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. Your companions gain +1 hope in the next rite. Wish Jodariel luck.
Hey you guys, where's your friend? You know, the big one with the horns, like frowning and stuff like that. Something happened there or what?
Heard a crazy story, she just flew on out of here or something. Anyways. Why is this one a little more? Ron, are you being sneaky? Don't, it doesn't suit you.
They're leaving, Dad. Just look at how much we got this time.
In the words of Drumware Manymane,
I know of no polite way to describe the climate here. It oppresses every living thing except perhaps the native flora in a few specific areas. Once more, the recommended course is to keep moving. Moving keeps you warm when it is cold, or when it is very hot, you use what strength you can to move to somewhere you can think and breathe. The weather in the downside seems intrinsic to the different regions, which my good friend Molten Malith shall describe. Shelter can be difficult to find, and you cannot stay in it for very long. Perhaps, however, shelter can accompany you, rather than constrain you. Bertrand casting a curse on my adversaries. Awesome. I miss my friends, but I know they're happy now. That's not insignificant. Do it! Once more you've returned to the nest of Triesta, and your companions stand ready beneath a still night sky, awaiting the commencement of the rites. You overhear some of the words to one another as you await the signal in the stars. The accusers should be here any moment now. Do you think that will prevail this time, Volfred? Just then, you observe a glint of starlight that begins to shine above, and your companions soon fall silent. I feel so bad. I'm not using Faye at all, and I know she's badass. It's just that I want the stories of the other people so bad, and also to prep some of them for Liberation. What?
Hear me, you exiles of the Nightwings. You're returned once more unto the nest of Triesta. Your adversaries in the rites this eve shall be the accusers. Snuff out their pious flame and show your worth. Now prepare yourselves.
You. We are ready for you, Nightwings. Come, accusers! Let us crush them and be done here quickly.
2 demons. Great.
Who shall it be this time?
Urisse. Just a moment. Oh my god, they're pretty badass too. And their whole thing, if they banish us, we are screwed. We are gone much longer than usual. Gotta do Volf.
Volfred. Bertrude. Now.
Oh, I'm ready for them. Come then, Nightwings, we are prepared for you. No, you're not. I don't even have to win this.
Begin.
Shit. Mine. Why did I not fly? Ah, shit.
Bathes first within the Nightwings.
Lendl. You're making me mad.
One careless step. How utterly brazen. You have it?
Oh, you're so dumb. You are so AI. Oh, I thought I could instant transmission right in there.
Be gone.
Boom.
Flames grow weak. Tis taken.
Shit, I meant to banish them. I did not mean to pick up the orb right away. That was fool. I'm dumb. Might die. Oh my god. That was glorious. And it might have saved my ass. Boom.
Survive much more of that. Let's see you Nightwings keep this up.
God damn it, I can't get Volfred right now.
Their flame has died a little.
No, not again. I cannot lose to you again. This cannot be happening to me.
Can and it is, asshole. You shouldn't have been a crooked cop. Just saying. God, I can't cast into people's auras and that fucks me up.
Quite an exchange.
Come on. I can't use Volfred for Jack. Oh shit!
Simply
You're kidding me.
abhorrent.
He was camping right on me.
There's a proper doubting.
Alright. Fine.
One false move. Oh, Behemoth. Tabitha has doused the flame.
Get dunked.
The rite is nearly ended.
God, Bertrude, you so fantastically scary.
And it is done.
Jesus. Why didn't I just spam you the whole time?
They hardly deserved it, though, if you ask me.
Go to hell.
The rite is complete.
Blast. That a decorated constable of the Commonwealth should end up having to consort with fools as these in these accursed robes and miserable circumstances. Those damned scribes certainly exist, for it is clear they have no love for me or anyone of decent birth and station. His better attitude towards the Nightwings and the Rites is such that it affects his every move. A shame, really. Our adversary would appear to be most flustered by his failure.
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained. Until the stars align.
Kinda wanna just do the Liberation Rite right now. I don't know. I can make Volfred leave and then I don't have to play him anymore. After you secured victory over the accusers and a solid performance, there is little time for you to rest as yet. The night beckons and the next rite reveals itself to be a vital one. It is already time, reader. Come see for yourself. The coldness of the season now presents to us another chance. Issa heads out straight away and you follow in turn. Indeed, among the remaining stars you see one with which you are now familiar, now burns ever brightly. Follow Solium. Here we go. The Dissidents. Here we go. Already are the Nightwings summoned back to Mount Elodial. Picture the rites as a wheel broken free from a black wagon. It is turning uncontrollably, and soon shall reach a sudden stop. We should have several chances left for someone to go free, either us, or else our adversaries, but not both. What is at stake each time is further complicated now, I must admit, knowing we have still few opportunities remaining. Those whom we send back into the Commonwealth, should our plan somehow fail, they may look back upon their exile with fondness. 61%. So returning to the Commonwealth is not inherently a mercy, I don't think. Moreover, there are also those among us whom we count on to prevail in the rights. We need them on the Nightwings just as much as we need them in the Commonwealth. We cannot simply grow our numbers here given the circumstances. And so, who stays, who goes? These choices affect us all. No pressure there, my kid. Now, I don't know about you, but I shall go and take my leave for now. Let's set forth again at daybreak. Yeah, I'm amped up. Let's do it. What's that? That was an imp or a howler. It was a something. Once more we sail above the fall of Solium. The temple to the 8 scribes awaits us at the summit. None have seen the temple save for those worthy to conduct the rites there, and myself, and my counterpart Celeste. You may then wonder whence it came. The cycle of the rites has turned since the beginning of the age. Over its course, whilst waiting for the cycle's turn, some exiles thus paid tribute to the 8 scribes. I think the scribes may not have wanted for such extravagance, or the carved effigies to them along the way, yet it is for the triumvirates to decide how best to honor the rites. They chose to honor them as you see there. How you remember this, of course, whether you even wish to do so, that is yours to decide. The scribes would not want otherwise. Okay, Bertrude shall gain favor. Yes. Or Tizo. I'm using Bertrude a lot. You make landing upon Mount Elodial, where Volfred pulls you aside while the others complete the post-flight inspection. He puffs at his pipe before speaking out. Reader, as you know, I now wear the raiments once again. This means that I myself may soon be worthy to regain my freedom in the eyes of the 8 scribes. Know, however, that it is not my wish to go just yet. It is true I could be of benefit to our plan and back in the Commonwealth, but I feel my place is here for the time being. Perhaps once the Nightwings are on a sure footing in their path, my time shall come. Those are my feelings on the matter, and I wanted you to know. I shall of course defer to you. Our path is not to contradict the reader's will. Anyway, I trust that all of us, yourself included, shall find our freedom. If not soon, then by when all of this is over. Then it'll have to be Bertrude. Having completed the post-fight inspection, you and Bertrude visit Golgothainian. Ye ancient gods who flit among the stars, grant thy boon on Sandalwood, if one is to be granted, for he shall put it to good use. He seems to still believe in ye, to some extent at least. Thus shall we do the same for now, and honor thy traditions. Soon she has finished paying her respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Golgothainian has shown you favor. Vocations! +2 hope. You notice Bertrude studying the Beyonder crystal. She sets it down to you as you approach. The mouthy wraith rebuketh our attempt to summon her. She insisteth that we are too young to understand. She must be referring to Sandra. It seems that Bertrude may be able to invoke her. Stubborn, that one, possessing of an ancient understanding, olden ways and olden times. Many centuries of history, knowledge of the 8 scribes themselves held captive there, within that green-tinged stone, within that wraith's own memories. Would that we could extract them in some way. Perhaps thou couldst induce the wraith's obedience, reading one, For she heedeth not. She claimeth obligations unto only thee. Although, She stops and thinks very carefully. The Beyonder Crystal is not to be tampered with. Your fellow exiles know that its use is at your sole discretion. She backs away from you, still thinking to herself. Ignores our inquiries about this reading run. Our reasoning has taken us elsewhere. Her refusal to cooperate is likely to be an ancient warning of some sort. Yeah, it is possible that others of the southern bogs know something of her, but we shall not be tampering further with such sorceries ourselves. That the Wraith refuseth to cooperate suggesteth her predicament is suitably deserved. She heads out in a huff, but just as the air goes still and quiet, you sense something from the Beyonder Crystal. Mouthy Wraith, she says. Can you believe it, reader? Ah, to be so young and foolish again. Sandra, the Unseen, laughs to herself. Your proximity to the Beyonder Crystal must have been sufficient to invoke her in this case. That crone of yours is far too curious, I think, but it appears that even she has learned her lessons in this case. Thank the stars I am beholden to no more than one among you Nightwings at a time. And thank the stars that happens to be you, rather than her. And if that crone attempts to lay her fingers on my Beyonder Crystal again, I shall just have to torment her dreams till she's of my age. Do feel free to mention that if it comes up. Now farewell. You know where to find me, lovely reader. She vanishes. It seems that Sandra proved resistant to Bertrude's tampering. If so much history is trapped within the Beyonder Crystal, there it shall remain for the foreseeable future. Okay. God, and Pamatha never opened up once. I almost feel like I should have had Tizo or Gilman on the party, so I could have freed them. Not that Bertrude would be a bad choice, it's just that this means I'm not going to learn jack about her. Okay, Volf, get your shit together, please. Certainly I would appreciate your point of view. Volfred gains a much stronger grasp of how to better pass the Celestial Orb, through strength of will and trust in one's triumvirate than through dexterity alone. He nods in understanding. The rites demand we act as of one mind, in perfect unison and harmony, and free of any doubt. I have grown more accustomed to being a part of the Nightwings of today. A more fascinating aspect of all this, one I endeavor to continue studying for a long time yet. Okay. Yeah. I gotta keep using Volfred. If I'm gonna end up liberating him someday. Gotta make sure I know how to use them. En route to the mountaintop, you pass by a monument under King Or's. Orlek, was this somehow your doing? You who cursed the scribes and the stars themselves. I pray for you this time, and if the scribes will for the rites to be ended, then we shall have to work with that. No setback shall be insurmountable. Soon he has finished paying his respects. As you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Under King Ors has shown him favor. +3 glory. You and your fellow exiles, hi. Greetings to you, Celeste. I see the exiles of the Nightwings have returned, even as the cycle of the rites begins drawing to a close. The Nightwings accept this as the will of the scribes. The Gate Guardian laughed at this softly for some reason. And you, Tariq, do you accept their will as well? But the lone minstrel does not answer her. It is no matter. Now, Nightwings, each of you come forth and state what it is you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. One by one, the Nightwings declare themselves. You all pass through as before. When Volfred takes his turn, Celeste stops him. You, I see that you wear the raiments once again. Explain. The cycle of the rites is ending. Well, I do not know exactly why. I have my fears. one of my contemporaries. He who fell from the summit long ago. He lives and seeks his liberty again. He stands against us now and believes his triumvirate to be the true Nightwings. I remember well the contemporary whom you mean. Then the Nightwings stand divided. Yes, and so I wear the raiments once again, in case that it may help to right this wrong. For I am Volfred Sandalwood, and I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side and bring our freedom to the people there. She considers Volfred's words for a moment. I see. Then move along. The Guardian of the Scribes' Gates regards you all. That's true, Volfred should go up against Oralek. That's such a great story. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Celeste? What is it, Tariq? The will of the scribes. Long have we both followed it. I think you would agree. In equal measure has it drawn us close as separated us. But if their aim now is to keep us apart for another age or longer, then no. I do not accept their will. You blaspheme, Tariq, and at the gate no less. But the learned minstrel simply puts his hat back on. Then may the scribes themselves admonish me. Until tomorrow, Celeste. Huh. Okay. Having reached the peak of Mount Elodial again, you see the vastness of the downside all around you. It leaves you deep in thought regarding which of your companions ought go free this night, as Jodariel did last time.
Hey guys, so I don't know what's going on up there with all them stars acting real weird and stuff, but let me tell you something here. You ain't gonna find a better deal on all this stuff from anybody. I mean anybody in the downside. You can trust me when I tell you that, okay? So go ahead and stock up. Come see us again, guys.
Volfred looks up at you as you approach and smiles. I never thought that I would say such things, my kin, but it is good to wear the raiments and the rites once more. The march of time does have a way of healing certain hurts. Besides, the Nightwings of today, we are a very different beast than the triumvirate which took me in almost a decade ago. Ours was a triumvirate of exactly 3. Well, 4 with Tizo, who proved to be an exception, though historically the Nightwings never took on more exiles than needed. I have mentioned my predecessor Brighton, and my former companions Orisa and Oralek. Perhaps naively, I had hoped my time with them would not be relevant directly to what we now attempt. But seeing as our stories are now intertwined, do let me know if there's more you wish to learn of them. Oralek, he's relevant. The demon whom you met, what was he like before? Were he and Volfred close? You ask about what Oralek was like when he and Volfred first became acquainted. Volfred remained silent for some time. I was very, very sick, you know, when I first landed in the downside. The long trip down the river must have been a little much for me. It was Oralek who found me. He could not have known of my capacity to read before he revived me. He was a physician, intolerant of the sight of suffering of any kind. Not just any physician, mind you, a gifted, highly decorated one. He served on the front. Back then, skirmishes erupted frequently, and those such as Oralek, they had to deal with many casualties on either side. In time, he said he grew repulsed by what he saw. This sowed in his heart a yearning for an end to all the bloodshed, so he tried to use his status to negotiate a treaty with the Highwing remnants. It must have gone about how you'd expect. He was given direct orders to return to the front, but when he refused to soil his hands again, they cast him to the downside. Here he gained the notice of the Nightwings, and before long he grew to be one of the finest rites conductors anyone had ever seen. He was instrumental in the liberation of his companions, whose roles in the triumvirate were later filled by Orisa and me. In time, Orlek's own opportunity for freedom had come up. He longed for it so that, with his exalted status, he might stand a better chance of negotiating peace. However, on the evening of his liberation, well, you know the story from that point. Volfred breathes a heavy sigh. He and I were kindred spirits for a while. I could not bear to think that he was gone. And now, I still cannot entirely believe that he is back. He is our adversary now, transformed, grown cold. Still, part of me is happy that he lives. Of course. Make no mistake, of course. I shall not be swayed against our plan. Not by Orlek or anyone. As I have said before, we share a higher calling now. As for Orlek, he wants his freedom still, although I wonder if he still remembers why. Anyway, was there something else, my kin? Brighton. Thus far, you have heard only passing reference to Volfred's predecessor on the Nightwings. You inquire about Brighton, who you understand was liberated prior to when Volfred first joined the Nightwings. I never met Brighton in person, but I know him rather well by now, though for that matter, my kin, so do you. He studies your action for a moment, and then... Brighton was born wealthy, but not special otherwise. You would have no reason to have heard of him. He was exiled for negligent misconduct. I do not know exactly why, and do not care for spreading rumors. I first heard of him through Arisa and Orlek, who found in me a suitable replacement following his liberation. They spoke little of him. Orlek gave the impression they did not see eye to eye, but he assured me I soon would hear from him myself. Indeed, as I became accustomed to the book which you know well by now, I soon began to hear the voice. Volfred looks at you, as if to see if you yet take his meaning. Brighton is the voice. You see, Mykin, after Brighton's liberation, he assumed a new identity within the Commonwealth, and a new responsibility to the triumvirate which liberated him. That voice you hear from time to time, whensoever the stars align, it's his. He is no longer Brighton. He is now none other than the Archjustice Androboles IX himself. I see. Hello. Liberated exiles retain certain burdens to their old triumvirates. They have much to thank them for, not just their freedom, but their exalted status in the Commonwealth. The theocratic rulers of the Commonwealth, they do not wear masks and raiments simply for the sake of ceremony. They are not who they appear to be. Their public pasts are nothing but a fabrication. Like Brighton, they once were exiles too. Brighton, that voice. He has no love for either one of us by now. He knows full well what we attempt to do, yet he is bound by the traditions of the rites. He shall always stand on ceremony and complain, but I think he knows deep down that he is powerless. How ironic that one of such high status in the Commonwealth should be so frightened of some long-forgotten exile such as we. Anyway, that's Brighton for you. He must have seen in you the potential to be one of his staunch supporters for a time. If that's a path you wanted to pursue, I should apologize. Now then, whom else shall we talk about? Arisa. She betrayed Orlek, causing the Nightwings to fall apart. Why would she do such a thing? You ask about Arisa, who you understand betrayed Orlek at the moment of his liberation, but then perished in the Shimmer Pool. I'm afraid you know the brunt of it, my kin, but I suppose you ought to know something of Arisa's past, lest you be quick to judge her solely by her actions. Mind you, I would never make excuses for the terrible choice she ultimately made, but her life, I understand, was very difficult. Arisa had been exiled for the foulest of acts. You could see it plainly branded on her face. Such was the heinousness of what she did in the eyes of the Commonwealth. She was an apprentice blacksmith in her youth, taking up the post left by her brother. He had fallen in battle on the Blood Border, despite wielding their father's own lance and armor. Her father never quite recovered after this, and had grown cruel and detached. It was Arisa who took the brunt of his fury. He expected the impossible of her. One day it was all too much to her, so when he next lashed out at her, she struck back. She struck back again and again and again. When they came for her, her father was gone, and she was not herself. She was promptly cast into the downside for her crime, where her hatred for the Commonwealth only grew. Arisa always was intense in her demeanor, haunted by her father's memory. More than that, her chief motive for wanting back her freedom was, in hindsight, not a healthy one. She longed to join our nation's enemies, to build for the High Wing remnants a great siege engine, so that they could shatter the defenses of the Commonwealth and forever end our feud. What she ultimately did to Orlek, it was an act of pure and thoughtless desperation. I do not think it was simply evil, nor do I think that it was personal. I often wondered, though, if, in her final moments in the Shimmer Pool, she understood what she had done, and the depths to which she had fallen. For years, I must admit I hated her, but now, my only hope is that she found a peace untenable during her relatively short life in the downside in the Commonwealth. Furthermore, I hope the life of Rorisa offers some perspective yet to those of us who have not yet made the same mistakes. Now then, was there something else? Looks like that's it. Alright. You bid Volfred a good afternoon and leave him with his memories. My pleasure, Rita. Reflecting on the past from time to time helps demonstrate how far we've come, yet how much farther we have yet to go. Ah, boy. Okay. Let's not overthink this. Time to go. Once more you've gained the fall of Solium, where one among you may go free, but first you shall have to prevail against the dissidents in the Liberation Rite. Rita, your companions are gathered there under the fall. They shall be counting on you. Indeed. As the cycle of the rites turns ever faster, so too is our plan set in motion. My agents in the Commonwealth are beginning to cause a bit of a stir out there, and word has reached high places that the rites are ending. This is our chance, but let us not despair should victory elude us here. We shall make the most of whatever the scribes may have in store for us. That is to say, good luck, my kin. It's time. Well, here goes then. Oh, why did I do this? I'm running this episode too long. Oh well.
Once more, the Nightwings gain the summit of the sacred Mount Aladiel to conduct the Liberation Rite. Even as the stars themselves abandon you. Make good upon these final opportunities, reader. This glorious age-old tradition coming to an end upon your watch. I trust the dissidents, your adversaries, shall not throw away this chance. Choose now who may go free, should they unfortunately fail.
The pyres burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur, the pyres burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the dissidents, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. Barker bursts out from some hidden corner, laughing as he paws at his mask.
A real pleasure to be here, mates, truly. Barker Ashpaws. Call me Barker, though, alright? By the by, it was a real pisser getting here, you know.
Begging your pardon, Barker Ashpaws. You thusly speak upon the summit of the sacred mountain. Your job is hard. I appreciate your service.
Oh my, so terribly sorry to offend you there, lassie. I forgot we got the stars above up there to make me watch my language. Though, let's get one thing straight, lassie. I don't give a bother for your sacred mountain, so you take it and you shove it. Me and me pack, we're just here for the laughs, you got that? The other side ain't any better than this one. We ain't interested in your freedom. But just the same, we're gonna get it. Take it from those wee little babes, they're so antsy for it. Here at your Nightwings, you better put up a good fight here, or I ain't gonna be happy, understand?
Then he shoves his mask back on.
Right, come on then, let's hurry up and get this damn thing started!
Right. Nightwings, your decision. On whose behalf you shall conduct the Liberation Rite. Rita, I would ask you to choose wisely, but I am sure you know no other way. Thanks. And you prepare your song, Tariq. Of course, Celeste. They're the ones singing the song in the... Why did I not make that connection? Okay.
Whom do you intend to liberate?
Wait. Tizo? I can anoint him. Him, Pamitha, and Bertrude. Huh. But I didn't even use Tizo in these past two. Okay, so as I said, Pamitha doesn't have enough emotional appeal for me to really... So the question is, Tizo or Bertrude? It's like, I like Bertrude. I do. She's badass, she's powerful, she's scary as fuck, she broke Hoodmilde's mind. That was kind of great. And she'd probably be beneficial to the plan. But thus far that I've seen, her story is essentially, I got cast downside because I had the hots for the tree guy. And Tizo, man. He said he wants to see the Commonwealth. And he's been so loyal. And so funny. And I don't know, I really want to picture the judges welcoming an imp back. Dressing him up and being like, oh dear god, our rights did this. I don't know. Yep.
Tizo.
Kriya?
Tizo seems stunned by your decision, though is very grateful to you for it all the same.
Who shall stand with him? Volfred.
Let us prevail on this night for you, Tizo, and for the good of our alien nation.
Bertrude.
We shall lend our support to that one then.
Very well.
Alright then, mates. No more waiting, no more holding back, and let's rip him to shreds! Let's go, let's go, let's go!
It's also like, this is Haub's team we're going up against here. Let's show him how the true dissidents rock.
Commence.
Boom! Crap. Crap. Boom. I didn't look at their stats. I'm a fool. Perfect! Shit. Shit! Oh, that worked. Good. Yeah, boy! Oh my god. I'm sending Tizo to the Commonwealth.
What in the? Alright, mate, something's gone funny with that orb as I can tell. Better laugh it up while we still can, eh?
Indeed, something strange seems to have happened to the Celestial Orb. It shudders now as though possessed of the same chaotic power as your adversaries. What does that mean? Boom!
It is at last.
Oh, whatever.
The Nightwings proved their worth. As for their adversaries, they did not.
Well, it's more from the Nightwings that makes the plans go through, right? It doesn't matter who I free.
Liberation Rite. And thus the scribes have chosen.
I don't know, I kinda want you to meet your friends on the other side. You've been working hard too, buddy.
Absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. His adversary and all others shall remain.
I'm a goddamn
to
fool.
carry out their
It should have been
rightful
Bertrude.
sentences.
Oh well. I shouldn't.
What a joke! Here I was thinking we were gonna make him cry after all this. Come on, mates, I've had it with this stuck-up place, so let's get out of here already, eh?
What the shit?
Riri?
Tizo is stunned by what transpired, and by what he thinks is about to happen. He looks around as the reality of what transpired sinks in. He realizes now that this is goodbye, at least for the time. He struggles to express the gratitude he feels at having served the Nightwings these many years. He also does not know what to expect from the Commonwealth and whether he will be accepted. Nevertheless, he vows that he will keep doing his part to the benefit of Volfred's plan. With that, he splashes into the shimmer pool and is gone from view. You hear him chirping one last time. Tizo wishes for the best for each of you and asks that you remember him. Tizo earned his freedom. May he return in glory.
Godspeed, Tizo. The 8 scribes are watching from afar. By their grace, may the cycle of the rites keep turning for as long as possible. Until the turning of the stars, farewell.
Okay. So as it stands, last dude I'm gonna free is either Volfred, Bertrude, or Sir Gilman, I think. And if I get stupid lucky and get another chance, then maybe it should be like Volfred and Bertrude, you know? I don't know. You return to the wagon after having prevailed against the dissidents. Excellently done, Nightwings.
Would that we make good of all such incidents.
You succeeded in liberating Tizo, who returned to the Commonwealth in glory. We have all but a few such liberation rites remaining. Exactly how many I do not wish to speculate about as yet, until such time as we can better say for certain. Under no circumstances would I suggest this as ideal. However, it is opportunity enough that our plan may as yet succeed. Although, all of these setbacks I fear. Volfred trails off and falls silent. Some of the others exchange looks. They are beginning to understand. With the rite soon ending, everything which Volfred has sought, both on his own for many years and now with all of you, all of it may have been in vain. The hush spreads to the others, but not to you. You then proceed to do something that none of them seem to expect. You raise your voice. Each of your fellow exiles turn to you, their expressions asking you a question with no easy answer. What are we going to do? As you meet Faye's gaze, the words for the occasion begin to crystallize in your mind. You are searching to find the right words, as all your fellow exiles are looking to you now. You tell them that you have all stood together, time after time throughout this quest, and are now poised to seize upon a glorious opportunity. And think only a hollow fool would turn back now, and are now poised to seize upon glorious hollows. Tell them they are not going to mince words, because by now each of you knows each other. Yeah, I like this one. You tell them that you are not going to mince words with anyone here, because by now each of you knows each other well. None of you pursue this quest with any guarantees. It is a quest you all knew was unlikely to end well. Clear now that you are not. Your path to freedom still is laid bare before you all. True freedom is not waiting for you in the Commonwealth. Meanwhile, the stars themselves are shining for you. But something far more vital is at stake. The disappearance of the stars above can be no accident. It is a sign that the world is changing. You have this opportunity to live with purpose for your people, for all those who shall live on. You all stand poised to ensure the world you leave behind for your loved ones, for each other, is a world worth living in. If you can believe in any of this, then believe above all in each other. Believe that the plan may yet be achieved. Trust that you may yet prevail together. After a brief period of reflection, you share one last sentiment with the group. Let us stand together now and always. Mere distance cannot separate. Yeah. Thus do you remain together with your thoughts. No one speaks for a time, but then... Thou wouldst dare to change this ancient world, reading one, and yet thy words are tinged with certain truths. May long the stars remain a light for you, reader. All the while, Volfred remains watching you intently. Then his expression softens, and he smiles. You are right, of course, my kin. We are the Nightwings. It is precisely as you said. Let us stand together, now and always. Lead us then, reader, to the end of our quest, and the dawn of the new age for all our kin. Everyone, for the Nightwings! Everyone responds in kind. They stand with you no matter what. They await the outcome of your vision of the stars, which burn with renewed fury, because now the last rites beckon. Each of the Nightwings gains +1 hope permanently. Let us stand together. The stars above now burn with what appears a desperate fury, many more of them than usual. Look upon them all. Huh? So many rites. The stars of the 8 scribes. They shine together now as one. The lone minstrel draws breath as though surprised by what he sees. He backs away and averts his eyes. This is another sign the rites are soon to cease. Few chances yet remain to confront the adversaries you have met during your journey. The withdrawn are at the top. I need to stop that right now. Chastity and the Pyre, and the accusers, they all need to get dunked on. Unfortunately, I've left all the teams I've liked at the very bottom. That is indeed unfortunate. The withdrawn are not one of my choices. That sucks. Oh well, I'll go beat up the Chastity. That seems legit. Right? They're still too high for my liking as well. Very well then, Rita. Once more you shall face Manly and the Chastity when next the stars align. We may set course for the Isle of Kaelmer at dawn. For now, please get some rest in the remaining dark of night. Faye. In spite of the late hour, you find Faye minding her own business in the wagon and talking to herself. Or rather, to the wagon walls.
But most of all, I think I'm going to miss his little chirping sounds. He woke me up with them sometimes. He kept waking me up. He sure was a good friend to both of us, right, little brother? Why, you knew him even better than I did. Much better, I should think. So you must really miss him too.
She spreads her arms against the wall.
I understand, I do. Those drive imps up there, they seem very sad about this too. Or maybe some are happy, I don't know. More food for them to share, they liked food. Tizo sure liked food. I wonder if he'll like the food at home. It's very different, right? And so maybe he won't? But he eats almost anything. Oh, this must be so exciting for him! And I know the scribes. They shall be watching over him still. I think maybe they love him best of all. I cannot wait to hear what he thinks of it all. And I think for sure that he will help with Mr. Sandalwood's big plan. That's the great thing about Tizo, little brother. No matter where he goes, he always helps. He always helps.
She bounds off without acknowledging your presence in the least. You sense that she has found some peace despite now being separated from her little friend Tizo. You hope by now that he has found safe passage in the Commonwealth. Wherever he goes, he always helps. That's why it had to be him. On Worth. The fallen empire of Sar was ruled according to an ancient bloodline thought to be infallible. Our society shall instead be by those who earned the privilege. We, the Eight, cannot bear the burden of determining your worth. It shall be determined by your peers, and by you yourself. We shall provide a framing, through the rites, to put you to the test against yourselves, against your kin, against your adversaries. The downside cannot let us all go free. Thus, freedom to the worthy. As the worthy, your true calling then begins, as you return to a society which longs to learn the wisdom you have gained along your path. The worthy shall lead. Two rights till next liberation? I might get lucky. Should it then be Bertrand and Volfred? I don't know. The fucking withdrawn. Everyone's away? What does that mean? If who I free in the rites is a reflection on my own take on their worth, should I then do Faye next? Or should I do Volfred for coming up with the plan? Or should I do Sir Gilman, because goddamn Gilman, you're too hard on yourself, buddy. If you only knew. I don't know. Yeah, we cannot bear determining your worth. But you leave it to me, who's gotten to know everyone and who's heartbroken at making this decision. And I can't talk about this anymore. This episode's gone on too long. Next time, we wail on the Chastity. One right later, we're freeing someone else. I guess that'll give me plenty of time to decide how I feel. So, thank you all for tuning in. Please comment and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And remember, you all have the potential to get good. Peace out.